gotta go to some people that have experiences. You're gonna be able to do shit that people pre COVID can't do post COVID. And that's probably be all up under people. Like we was doing some shit, dog. I don't think you understand. I had 1,500 niggas at the house. All walks of life. Black, white, indifferent, gay, straight, it didn't matter.
Right.
Long, fucked up, the cul-de-sac, fucked up. They looking at me like, who is this? And they looking at me like Malcolm X. Like, yo, what kind of poems do you read? Like, you can't do this shit. So what you know as deaf poetry that was on Broadway, they was performing that shit in my living room. Poetry. I think Lemon didn't make it, but Georgia Me was here. It was a couple more people.
How did it feel when you got your? How did you get the call that you was on it?
I got the call from Walter Mudu, and Mudu called me. This was right before 9/11, so it probably had to been right after my birthday. Mm-hmm. So this was 31st birthday, I think. No. It might have been my 30th birthday, 31st birthday that I was having it. No, I was 30 years old. So when Mudu hit me, he was like, hey, you're going to be in the country? He's like, hey, how you doing? My name's Walter Mudu. Are you going to be in the country probably like the next month or whatever? I was like, yeah, what's up? He was like, we think you got what it takes to be on HBO Deaf Poetry. And I said, what's that? Well, we putting on this show. It's kind of like how deaf comedy was. We doing it for the poets. Hell yeah, I'm in town.
Right.
Nigga, a week later, boom, 9/11. And I'm talking about, I ain't never been to New York. So I go to New York first time at 30. So I'm sitting up in there like, man, I'm about to go see the World Trade. I'm about to do all this.
Oh, you there?
Nah, that was September 11th. We were supposed to be flying in to take September 15th.
Okay.
9/11 happened. That shit got, so I'm looking like, what? Like, you know, so New York was on lock. You could smell the bodies when we got there. Still burning. Right. I ain't never seen no damn, like these murals, the tributes. Dawg, I seen that shit.
Give you chills, huh?
Bruh, like, it was probably the most eye-opening, it was a lot of shit going through my head at the time, but more so, I was kind of like mad at my parents, or mad at somebody didn't influence me to go to New York sooner. Because once I got there, I could see why every mug from up here comes and get it anywhere else. Because if you up here getting it, you got to be a animal.
Most definitely.
And I was like, I fit in.
Right.
I just ain't got the bag. I'll be back. So we were in and out. But the thing about it is, like, just seeing there, being there with Mudu, when he called me, I'm thinking like, damn, we it's about to get real. I said, damn, HBO. As soon as I hung up with him, boom, I get the call, boom. Hey, this is Jordan Brand. We was wondering if you could write. Shit, yeah. I wrote, I said, if I get somebody else in, I said, can I put somebody else on? And he was like, yeah. I put John Good on because he was always playing basketball. And we would go back and forth in email with basketball poems and shit. You know, we'd be saying bars back and forth to each other. So John, I got John in the book. So when the shit came out, I was the first poem in there. And I was like, damn.
And what is this for?
It's called the Nike Urban Survival Guide. Anytime you bought Jordans with the shoes, the AC, who was on the damn, remember Eddie Jones and Randy Moss? They was all on the Jordan brand.
Right.
That's when I was on there. I think Roy Jones was about to come on there.
Oh, that's dope.
So I was the poet. It was me, this other cat, Dirty Red from California, and I think you had Rashida Bartley. She was from Miami. But like I'm saying, all of these names, these are almost prehistoric to your career in the sense of that, because these people were on their way out when I was on my way up. You feel me? So what's her name? Who was it? So Omari Hardwick, he's a poet. That we was on our way to Turks and Caicos. Me, him, Georgia, me, Maria Moore from the radio. We met Ingrid B that night from B-side. A tornado, no, a hurricane. Hurricane Francis hit Turks and Caicos as we getting on the plane. So they called us back. So we couldn't do none of, that was about to be my biggest show. I'm talking about Patti LaBelle, Frankie Beverly Mays, any of that shit that you normally see that happens overseas on the island.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were doing the fashion shows, the whole thing. But as soon as all that, like, because you remember the two-way pages was out.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that 9/11 hit, boom. Like, damn, like the two-way gone. Because I had Russell numbers, Michael Jordan, like had numbers. Like it was back before it's all cryptic like it is now.
Right.
This was back when, you remember they looked like little two-way.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. You know, time ports. That's what they was called. Those. So when you out here and it's almost like Jetsons, man, we used to go to New York with an empty damn suitcase and fill it up with clothes. Just go in there and tell them, hey, I'm on TV. Go shopping, bro.
Right.
I would keep, ask Georgia, I kept a whole damn, you know how you go to Delancey Street?
Mm-hmm.
I bought a whole, all of the, you know how you get the biggest, all the way down to the baby, to the little joint, about 7 bags, all of them full. And I would fill them up, take them one by one home.
When you finally got to HBO and you got on stage, how did it feel? Make us
nervous as hell. Because you got to realize, like when I got there, this is how I know they looked at the tape. When I got on the tape, or when I got on the elevator, I'm at the Edison, Hotel Edison, I get on, I'm waiting for the elevator. Bing, it opens. It's Most Def and Russell coming from the basement, but they going up to the 3rd floor, and I'm going up to my room, which is the 4th floor. So I get on, I'm looking like, oh, snap. I was like, oh, hello, hey, what's up, Russ? You know, what's up, Most? And I'm turning around, I'm like, and then Most is on this side of me. He's like, my light, my light, my light, it ain't sunshine, like that. And that's my poem. That's the piece I did. I was like, I said, damn. I said, so you listen to the tape? I was like, man. So the whole time, Russell on this side, I'm looking like, nervous. Calm down, nigga. Calm down. Calm down. I was like, yo. And I was like, I ain't a fan, but I am a fan. I'm not a fan. And so a lot of anxiety. So then when he was like, hey, I'm looking forward to hearing you, I was like, whew. Thank you, brother. And hey, I'm looking forward to performing and letting y'all know that y'all ain't made a bad decision. Mm-hmm. So I go up, boom. They get out the elevator. I'm like, just like, this ain't real.
Right.
So the whole time, I'm nervous because you're seeing so many celebrities. I'm up here at the Kennedys. You don't understand. We smoke. So we have been in the room pre-gaming. Like, oh my God, try to smoke this nervous energy up. We in a hotel. Edison, like it's an old hotel, so we sitting up in here. Ain't no AC units. Like you got joint up in the window. It's New York. It's old New York.
Right.
So we, but this is a pristine hotel, and it's a Kennedy in the hotel. So that means Secret Service in the hotel. So you're looking around like, yo, I just want to perform. So we in and out like a robbery. So the show that I get on, I'm on here with Cedric the Entertainer. The Last Poets. I meet Amiri Baraka, Sonia Sanchez. I'm there for like a day and out. You know what I'm saying? I got there the day before, and then boom, I perform, and I'm out the next morning. So this is some quick shit. So when I get there, this is Georgia. I got a Georgia meat car. So when we get there, we fly to Newark.
Stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you and Georgia talk about? Did she call you like, I got a call, or who got the call first?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we got them together pretty much simultaneously.
Okay.
We got called by the same person. So, he called me, he called her. Like, I'm not sure. She probably, I'm not sure.
Can I say something? I'm not asking you who got called first. I'm also asking you, how did it feel for y'all two to talk to each other and know that both of y'all going and y'all worked this hard to get to that level?
It felt cool. It felt like we knew it was gonna be like this. Mm-hmm. It felt like deja vu. So when we get there, we fly to New York, and as we fly into New York, Newark, we fly to Newark, New Jersey. So you know how they got your name on your car. Like I ain't been to New York, so I don't know what that is. So Georgia's like, shit, just ride in my car with me. It's like, all right. So we get there. We got a limo. We going to New York, and we coming over the bridge. I'm looking at this damn skyline like tear, like oh shit. They said if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. Like, I'm going off, old blue eyes. I'm thinking, and in New York, I'm hearing all this shit in my head. Like, okay. So it's an energy coming off the city.
Right.
It's bubbling. So that nervous energy, I said, I got to match this shit. So it's almost like, I come in that bitch, like, I feel like I got a Super Saiyan. I'm building up speed. We get out there, dog, when we get to they start doing the interview.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm eating. I got pictures of all this shit with me, black rice and salmon and shit. Like, Russell was feeding the damn craft services. So I was like, black rice? I ain't never had no damn black rice.
Right.
And pink salmon around this bitch. This shit look like candy, I'm eating. And I was like, I'm eating with most depth. I'm eating salmon. Black rice. Never had this shit.
Right.
I was like, okay, new me. So we up in here, we chilling. So we all talking, sharing stories, and he freestyling. He's funny as shit. So his character that he played in Brown Sugar, that's how the nigga was being himself, and cool as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So upon him being cool, you got Russell, who is like, I ain't never been somebody.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing was surreal because you feel like, one day I'm this poet in Atlanta, got this call, and then the realness is I'm sitting down here eating with Most Def, and, like, this would be different if I didn't respect him.
Right.
I respect this dude.
Most Def.
So then around this time, you're seeing everybody. I'm in here with Kennedy's. I'm in here with Reverend Run. I'm in here with, who else? Dave Chappelle, Kanye West, Alicia Keys, Nelly Furtado, who is really pretty.
Right.
And, and just seeing people just up front.
You where you're supposed to be because you're great and you're amongst greatness.
Right. But see, at the time, and I'm thankful for that, but at the time, it ain't that we didn't know it. It's almost like it hadn't been recognized.
Right.
In a sense of, not that we're looking for it was a grandiose platform.
Mm-hmm.
So to have 10 cameras on you, catching your expressions and shit, and you're looking around like, like a lot of times, I couldn't have prepared myself for that. So what I was doing is once I got discovered to do this, I started bringing other people up to New York. You stay in my hotel room. You had to pull up this floor. There's another little bed, but we ain't gonna sleep anyway. I want you to absorb this shit. So I would bring people up just so they could get the damn experience.
Most definitely.
And you could come to the show. Shit, we often they go chill, and then as soon as we get done with the show, you had Georgia room. Georgia room had all the people in it all the time. Like, we were sitting in there one day. It's just like you would hear certain things, and then you'd be like, just bust out laughing. We know we was in Georgia room. And one of them running jokes, I think it was Flacco, we was all up in there blowing, burning it down.
Right.
And that nigga just say, oh, God. What's the matter? I'm fucking stoned, man. Man, we laughed so damn hard. And I was like, I will never forget that shit in my life. So I done did parties with Benny Medina, the DJ. Man, just really
just living.
Dog, like we had when you have invites to I think I was hanging out with Black Ice one night. And then you get the call, hey, you want to go hang out with Yoko Ono? A Beatle? I don't think I'm ready for that party yet.
Right.
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. No, I'm not gonna do human.
What about the second time you went to HBO? That Poetry. How was it the second time?
Way better. I mean, I won't even say way better.
Comfortable.
It was way comfortable.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit, I was with Rakim. Like, you don't even understand. Like,
oh shit.
Like, hell, the one time me and Tommy Bottoms in the history of Def Poetry are the only ones that got picked up off the sideline just because we was in New York. That's why I would be at every taping. So every taping something happened. If I didn't get on Def Poetry, I was on BET. I was right around. I went around to BET, and they had the first season of what's the name of it? Not Verses and Flow. Lyric Lounge.
The Lyric of Life 1.6?
No, not that one. But not
BT, AJ, and Lyric Cafe?
Yeah, Lyric Cafe. So it was a season 2, the Lyric Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did the season 2 Lyric Cafe, like, it was, man, I got a chance to put Ken J on. I'm on there with God rest his soul, Omar, rest in peace. He was Outkast drummer, but him and Jay Fly, he and Jay Fly were mentors to my son, who plays the drums, Jordan, and just kudos to those cats, because they were they big time,
right.
You know, and you know what's called, like, think of all that stuff that Outkast played on the drums. They had live instruments on that. That's organized noise.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rico Wade. You know what I'm saying? Ray Murray, Sleepy, all them.
Right.
And this is what influenced me to come to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Outkast.
Well, let me ask you this: how did you get your Peabody Award? Was it from the season 1 or season
1?
For the first time you was on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's official.
Mm-hmm. Georgia got one. The whole season. We all got these.
That's dope.
Because it was groundbreaking.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
Georgia got a Tony. Georgia got she got a BEFTA. She got about 2 or 3. I got a Kawumba. I got this joint. I got I made Black Who's Who Black Atlanta this year.
Mm-hmm.
I made Who's Who Black Atlanta. The first poet on 106 in Park. The only poet on the CD with Prince. Matter of fact.
Tell me about that card. Watch your top.
Oh wow. Dang, I got the CD somewhere.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What about because you did a lot. So tell me about tell me about how you got the call for it. How did you find out about the Peabody?
Just looking online.
No, I mean, how did you find out about you was getting the award? Like, who called you?
No, I believe Bruce George. I want to say Bruce George told me.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't Bruce George, it was Walter Moodoo. But one of them told me. And so then when I went and did the research, they actually have Stan Lathan. They have a YouTube footage of him accepting it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, everybody, with these, your name is on the list. So as you can see, I got my name and my nickname and my moniker and my mama name on it. No, but just to make sure that people understand, just give your kids something tangible. Like, your legacy ain't just legend.
Right.
You have something tangibly that you can hold on to, and you tell your kids about it, and this gives you a benchmark. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going, the thing about it is, you want people to work out with what you lifting.
No stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
No stuff.
So that's what you're doing? Yeah, I work out with that though. That's your max. That's where, your ceiling is my floor.
Right.
That's where I'm trying to make sure that we operate out of that necessity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So when we got these, this wasn't the only thing, but I realized I wasn't talking about this probably till like 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
And that was in 2002.
Right. And the thing is like your pen game way better than at that level.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I done seen way more life.
Most definitely.
Than since then. Because that was me, like, in the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just, trying to find, still grown, but still growing.
Right.
And that's what a lot of us, we grown, but we ain't growing. And we haven't grown up. We grown, but it ain't up.
I agree.
You know,
I
and
agree.
it's a lot of things that are just not given to us. So when we lack, we let pride adjust how we deal with not knowing.
Foolish pride.
Mm-hmm. So when you don't know, you rather keep it down. I'm embarrassed because I feel stupid.
Right.
But instead of getting rid of the feeling, just do it so you don't feel that way.
Most definitely.
We don't put the work in.
Most definitely.
So that's why I say things is going to change differently. I believe like how our paranoia is. Because one thing we know that fear is conducting a lot of our closest friends. And death has taken some of our closest friends.
Mm-hmm.
So then you be like, damn, I'm living. So if life is for the living, nigga, what are you going to do about this life? Not saying we mistake the devil. We mourn the dead.
Right.
But it's nothing that you can do to bring them back.
Right.
Just like they told me, you can cry, but your son's never coming back. I was like, you're right. You're right. But I can put every effort into my damn work to make sure that he wasn't here for nothing.
Most definitely. You want him to, yeah, most definitely. Plus
You know what I'm saying?
Plus he knew he was great before he already knew.
When he hung out with me, I think the first time he hung out with me, I'm going to give you a couple of spots. The first time my son Derek hung out with me, I was with Dave Chappelle and Lupe Fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't never, my son had never really chilled like with me. So he, I'm just driving. I ain't even telling him what's happening. I'm just going to surprise him. So I said, yeah, man, I got to go up to this show, man. You want to roll? I'm going to Ohio, probably Detroit. You want to roll? Yeah, I roll. Boom. We roll up here. We get out, and Dave walk up. What up, Dave? Hey, what's happening, man? He's smoking his cigarettes at the time and shit. So Dave in there, he chilling and shit. He's still smoking his cigarettes. Have you seen his mark? Well, we'll get on that in a minute. But
yes,
Dave,
I saw it.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Comedy gold, comedic gold. Yeah. But that was inspiring as hell. But Dave's in there, so my son was like, "Dang, Dad, you doing it like that?" I said, "No, it ain't even like I'm doing it like that. It's just, hell, I want you to manage it. I'm just trying to show you what this looked like."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my thing is, I wanted to LeBron my sons.
Right.
So one time, the dopest show that I've ever did was with my sons. They was my band. And I went and did a nightclub down in Jacksonville, Florida. And these mugs was like, man, I paid $8 to get in here, not to see no damn kids play on this band. I was like, word. All right, well, keep that same energy. We'll be right back. So went, got ready, got the boys together. One played drums, one played guitar, one played the keys. I played the trumpet, and I spit. And they're looking at us like, before when we got done, it's a standing ovation.
Did you tape it?
Somebody got it on film. I didn't tape it at the time.
If you get a chance, bro, I wouldn't mind saying that shit.
Oh,
Inbox me that, email me that shit.
I
want to see it.
It's a couple of tapes that I'm trying to get a hold of.
Yeah.
But I say that all to say this, that really was my nirvana. Like, it ain't getting no better than that. No, it ain't.
Most definitely.
I mean, I got the little ones now.
Mm-hmm.
I can play with them because they wasn't even born at the time.
Right.
I was creating them up
Right.
while we in another band.
Right.
You feel me?
Most definitely.
So, and now the 8 and the 6, like, they still musical because it's in their blood. But, the 8-year-old, he's the taskmaster me. The 6-year-old, he's me after, the money done came in and shit. So God had to discipline you sometimes. He gets the money out of there so your ass don't have options to not do your calling.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna answer.
Yes.
You gonna answer.
Yes. The knock get louder and louder.
Boom! Like, nigga, that was, hey, that sound deliberate.
Most definitely, bro. That's crazy. What about the when you received your call from 106 in Park?
When I did the 106 in Park, I was up there at Def Poetry, and so when it looked like I wasn't going to get on, it was like, hey, we filming this thing for Lyric Cafe season 1. I was like, I'm not even on that. He said, it don't matter. So AJ and Free up here. So it was weird as hell because you see niggas with beards in there, but this is a kid show. So you're looking around like, the kids are over here because I wanted to be on the couch. I was just standing up in front of the camera doing a cutaway. So, you know, I started doing my thing and I had messed up on a freestyle. But I messed up on something written because they was asking me to do something about Lyric Cafe. I'm not on the show, so I can't do nothing about the show. So what I did is I shouted out my website. I said, what you see is what you get. We about to pop like a bottle of Moet. You can look for more on www.livepoets.net like that. Every time they run a rerun, brrr, flooding, like it will go viral.
Right.
And you don't realize how much they're using reruns. But I didn't realize, like they don't, like even though I said it and they would edit it, that BET was so cheap they never edited. That's why Beyonce fell. You still saw the shit because they never cut tape.
Right.
Now they can make them stop playing it.
Right.
But they never cut the tape. That's why they have.
That was genius, bro.
Oh yeah. And so what you see is what you get. We about to pop like a bottle of Moet, you know, Moet. And I was like, yo, and you can find more of me on www.livepoets.net. And you know, it made it seem like it was a poem. But you know how when people dismissing what you're saying, they're not even listening.
Right.
They don't even know you plugging your shit.
Right.
And I'm plugging it.
Right.
I ain't tell my kids that I was on there. So my son that passed, Dad, I think he was 11 or 12. And I think right before, and the reason I ain't tell him is because right before I went on, it was Snoop and Pharrell. Beautiful. That video was on. And I knew it was just like little chicks in bathing suits. I wasn't trying to get his hormones all riled up. You know, he 11.
Right.
So I'm looking like, hey, I ain't even tell him. So he already watching it. So I get a call on my phone like, Dad, was you just on BET? I was like, yeah. Man, he said, I thought that was you. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I said, yeah. And BET is live. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, it's 2 days later. Mm-hmm. So I was in New York Wednesday, flew back Thursday. My son called me Friday. He was like, where you at? Was you just on TV? Yeah. You in New York? I said, I was there Wednesday. I said, that's when they filmed it, but it's Friday. So he's like, dang. He said, that's crazy. That's crazy. So my oldest daughter, who wasn't in my household either, she's like, I just saw you right after Snoop and Pharrell. What the hell are you doing watching Snoop and Pharrell? Because they were 5 months apart. So that was the wonder years for me.
Right.
But yeah, man, it was wild.
That's dope, man. That's dope. What about the Prince call?
The Prince call.
Because you are the only poet that did.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Or the first poet.
Well, here's the thing. I'll say it was the only because it's actually his bass player's project. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. When I got the call, I didn't do research because I didn't want to fan out. Because he was like, such and such. Did you know who this is? I was like, nah. And I don't even want to know because I don't want to bring the nervous energy and having it right. Because being nervous and having it right, that don't mix. Right. So I wanted to be comfortable.
Most definitely.
So I didn't research it. I was at Rhonda Smith. And so Rhonda, yeah, matter of fact, you know who Rhonda is? You remember Diamonds and Pearls? Mm-hmm. Do. The lady on the bass. Yeah. I'm on her joint. So the people that are on, the guest stars on there are Fred Hammond, Sheila E., myself, and Prince.
That's dope.
And I got put on by Joey Somerville, which is my homie, trumpeter from Detroit, Michigan also. He also was on the Grammy board and everything, but he's definitely a super dope being, talented as hell, and he always looks out for a brother, so got much love for him. He put me on the project, and my life changed after it because, you know, I met Rob Kelly, who was Prince's makeup artist, but she's a real good friend of mine. She's in Minneapolis. That's like my ace. She sent me this DVD called Baraka. And I would advise you to just go check it out. You probably can see it online now on YouTube, but back then you only could get it on DVD. And changed my life, bro. It let me see what was simultaneously going on in the world while I was writing my poetry.
That's dope.
And you know, it was just weird. Like, you know, when I say weird, like weird on a, damn, this is oddly, how can I say, poetic as hell. But then it came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, I'm talking about chilling. And at the time, I think I had a girlfriend, and my girlfriend, she was sleepy as hell. She had just took an Ambien or something and shit, and she forgot she was supposed to be coming to get me to take me to the studio session. So I showed up like an hour late. I wrote the shit on a bark bag years before, and I just saved it because I just said I never know when I might need this. And I took that over there with me, and because I was like, they probably want me to do some freaky stuff or something, and I was like, I don't want to do no freaky stuff. So she was like, but I, you know, because me, I'm kind of like recluse with the erotic shit because I just don't want the unwanted attention.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
Because, you know what I mean? I don't like it.
I understand. I understand.
I don't like performing it.
Yeah. What, erotic
erotic poetry, and then, like, because, shit, people are lust after you off the
Yeah. You do bring a different type of energy when you start doing that shit. Yeah,
right, so then people want to try it, and then it's like...
I know.
I'm weak.
That's why I only do, like,
do
I got a whole bunch of, like, erotic shit. I just don't.
I can't do it because I can't do it because one, I already know, like, it's enough trying to decipher the energy that's coming at you, and then you shaking a cowbell, you know, in the pasture, you gonna move,
move,
moving cattle around the world. He's hitting it like Five Guys.
the BET series Somebodies. Whatever happened with that? Did that ever go through?
You remember this Boondocks episode where
I've seen all of them except the one when he left.
No, the one when Deborah, what you call it?
Yeah.
I'm here to kill black people.
Yeah.
Well, look at the credits. It's a dude on there. He was trying to change the trajectory of what BET was and what it represented, and he had brought the Somebodies on there. He was like one of the people that was in charge when we brought the Somebodies. So he did that Tyler Perry joint. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he did that on
I think that was on the same one.
Was it after or the same time?
It had to be afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Because we aired, but it was kind of around the same time though. Like, you know, we probably got to episode 8 or 9, and Boondocks used to come on Comedy Central, so that's 2 different Viacom stations.
Most definitely.
So when they found out that he did that, they got rid of him and everything that he bought.
Anything his name was attached to.
So, but it was cool because that was the crew that worked with Bernie Mac, and Bernie Mac died the day we was taping. And it was just real crazy because, you know, Bernie touched all these people. And when Bernie touched all these people, you could tell because it was a solemn day. And I had never met Bernie Mac in that setting. I've been to the shows and stuff, but I never met him like on a sitcom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But watching his sitcom and how he did, I know they was probably just laughing their ass off the whole time. And I'm in here with the same crew the day he died. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So God put you in places like, man, this is uniquely to get something. Like, do it. Do the work, son. Do the work.
Speaking of doing the work, you did it. You was in a documentary, Divided Time. What was that about? Tell me, break that down.
Basically, about chasing fatherhood. I mean, chasing stardom and maintaining fatherhood, or, you know, basically your divided time between stardom and, you know, being a dad.
It's a balance in that.
It is.
Especially if you got a wife or you know, a girlfriend, whatever. It's a fucking balance in that.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to have tunnel vision, some people, and a person not in your field of what you do, you got to have somebody that's real understanding to understand what you're trying to do.
You have to have an equal balance in all of your life, or something was going to feel turbulence.
Yes, this is true.
You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I feel.
And
saying.
sometimes you gotta change direction in flight because you be like, oh my God, mid-flight. So, you know, a lot of you know, Divided Time was one of them things. We had a good run, like 16 awards.
Oh, that's dope.
Or what have you. And where was I at? I was at I headlined last year at the Black Theater Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it every 2 years in Winston-Salem. And they brought me up there, and I was amongst Suge Avery's, Michael Collier's, the whole, like, it's still getting sweeter, even this far gone. You know, this far in the game, it's still dope. And that's why I just, I love it.
How did you come up with the name Acid Gospel for your first album? And also, how long did it take you to do your first album? Was that your first? That is your first album, right?
Well, I had the blueprint of my ghetto tongue, but we weren't. Man, if I show you what I had, I got a disc, a floppy disc.
Oh shit! Okay.
That's what my shit was on.
You can't convert it? It's a way to convert it. It gotta be a way.
Nah, well, this shit is This is bent. It's files like.
Oh, okay.
It's the shit that's on the inside of your computer now. It was more so on the outside.
Okay.
When I was doing it.
Okay.
So this was what shit. Have we been? We was doing poems. We could record them to cassette, but we prefer just getting the CD made.
Mm-hmm.
But Cat's been around since CDs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, since cassette tapes.
Right.
Now it's just files. So it's a blessing to be 2 to 3 mediums in. So imagine the niggas have been here since cassette tapes and reel-to-reels. The Quincy Joneses. That's why they got respect, because even though times change, you putting that shit out didn't.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what all we got to do is keep creating, man.
Yeah, greatness can't be denied.
Nah.
Greatness can't be denied.
And look at it like shit. The coronavirus might be what it is, but I might be writing the antidote.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the words you're using.
I agree. But tell me about